Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody here. We're going to talk about a tragedy that recently happened to a sister that was just out doing a job for Uber. And, let's really talk here, because this is the reason why many of us are no longer embracing everybody's causes. We're not embracing the causes of everyone because of the things that keep happening to us. You can't keep harming us and killing us and expecting our support. That might have flown, a bit in the past, but now that we are more on top of our game than ever before, it's not going to fly anymore. Harming us, killing us, and expecting us to just keep embracing the same people over and over and over. See, this is why we're not supporting anybody through these wars. Okay? We are tired of being on the brunt end of everything that you mofos decide to do. Now, let's be real, y'all. Everybody in this country don't have guns for protection. Let's talk about this. A lot of people got these guns because they want to be vigilantes out here. Hannah Payne, okay, and this dude, his name is William Brock. You got Kyle Rittenhouse. When he first went to Kenosha, he started getting up in the faces of Black people when he got there with that gun, with that AR-15 that he had. It's just that things took a turn for the worse and he had to deal with his own people. But that's not initially what he did when he got to that protest. He immediately approached Black people. See, many of them, they don't care about no damn protection. They want to be able to have access to those weapons to get away with being a vigilante. Okay? And you ever notice we are always on the end of that barrel when they want to be vigilantes. You notice they're not being vigilantes and getting up on them migrants, committing a lot of crimes against them. But you don't see them pulling that out on them. It's just exclusively us. Now, when have you had to take out a scammer? And this is a white man in America. See, he can call 911 and be on the other end lying about everything, and they'll believe everything he say. When don't the police in their whole corrupt system don't believe a person like him? All he had to do, if you thought you were being scammed, call 911. But he shot this woman for no damn reason. And it's funny, they always telling us, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. When you're out here doing a job and doing that, you ever notice how many videos you watch? Our people are out here trying to deliver packages, trying to work at somebody's house, trying to cut somebody's grass, and they'll walk up out of nowhere and start with them. Yeah, when we're out here trying to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, it's funny how y'all keep disrupting us with your nonsense. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. I'm going to play this video from ABC News. Please give me a 1 if you can see the screen. Please give me a 1. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
We're going to turn now to the tragic story. This one out of Ohio. Deadly encounter between two people who did not know each other and were both victims of phone scammers. Victim one, 81-year-old William Brock, received threatening calls last month saying his family was in danger and demanding money. And then the scammers also called an Uber driver, Loletha Hall, to pick up a package from Brock's home. Brock then confronted her with a gun, believing that she was connected to the threats he'd been receiving, and now he is charged with Hall's murder. Lily Luciano has the story, and we have to warn you, the video is disturbing.
Loletha Hall.
All right, I'm not going to show this part because of YouTube's policy. So I'm going to skip a little ahead. If y'all need to see this, you can watch the CBS video yourself. All right.
Because I was threatened that she was going to come and kill me.
The county sheriff's office says Brock was the subject of a scam call concerning an incarcerated relative, which turned to threats and a demand for money. Police say Hall, the driver, was also contacted either by the same scammer or an accomplice to pick up a package from Brock's residence through the Uber app.
The guy on the phone center here.
Okay. So the male on the phone was trying to get money from you, and she was knocking on the door at the same time?
Yeah, and he was telling me he was going to kill me and the family and everybody else around.
Hall, who was 61, died from her injuries in the hospital. Police say she made no threats or assaults towards Brock before the shooting, other than to ask about the package she was sent to retrieve. They also say Brock took her cell phone and refused to let her leave. Last week, Brock was charged with felony murder, and now he could face 15 years to life behind bars, plus a $15,000 fine. He has pleaded not guilty.
What does the prosecution need to prove in this case?
That Brock knew he was using deadly force. And what the prosecution is going to say is there is just no reason to shoot 3 times when somebody is trying to leave your property. If somebody is trying to flee, almost by definition, they are no longer posing a threat.
Uber says it has banned the account of the person who ordered Hall's trip and has been in touch with both her family and Clark County law enforcement. It's hard to know if the alleged scammers will be held liable for Hall's death, is something that I asked Jessica Levinson. She says it's not clear that they could have predicted that the ruse would lead to this horribly deadly, tragic outcome.
That video, every time I see that video, I saw it yesterday, it's heartbreaking. You can see the fear on her face.
And hear it.
She has bad information. He has bad information.
Awful.
He's amped up and scared. She doesn't know what the hell is happening. The guy comes out with a gun. It's so heartbreaking.
Tragic, and we'll just see how the prosecution and how the defense, what they can claim, whether they can use the castle doctrine because it was outside of the house.
Scammers are definitely liable in my mind. I mean, they're the ones that put those two people in that situation. Lily, thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, the scammer did, but at the same time, okay, let me just stop there. Yeah, I mean, the scammer did, but at the same time, I believe he went overboard. That's my opinion. He went overboard. If you called someone to pick up a package at your house, it didn't dawn on you maybe that was the person. Why did it automatically have to be a scammer? You called them to come and pick up a package at your house. So it didn't dawn on you this is possibly the person that's supposed to pick up your package. and they said she was asking for the package. So how do you not know that? I mean, if you called for somebody to pick a package up and they come out, that didn't cross your mind. Maybe she came around the same time that you got the call, but that doesn't mean she's the scammer, you know? But no, this dude need to spend the rest of his life behind bars. I don't care if he's 81 years old. He should not get out of jail for what he did. So no, no, I mean, all it would have taken was a few questions with this woman. Why are you at my house? And they said she had asked for the package. And when he came out with the gun, she was trying to leave. So no, no, this ain't no castle doctrine. No, this ain't that at all. And this is a shame. This woman had no idea what was going on. She was just trying to do a job. Yes, it is. And as far as him getting these threatening phone calls and stuff, I don't know. And maybe he did, but I just don't see this woman as a threat. She has nothing threatening in her hand other than a phone. What other threat was she? You could see her with her glasses and her phone in her hand, and it looks like an iPhone that she got in her hand. Quantum Solace, thank you so much for the super chat. There was no scammer saying such things to him. He made up lies. You know what? I think so too. Usually scammers don't threaten your life. The only thing they're trying to do is get money out of you, trying to figure out a way to scam money from your bank account or from a card. That's usually the kind of stuff they do. Scammers usually don't threaten your life. They really don't. But like I said, even if she was, he could have called 911. As soon as he got off the phone with the alleged scammer, he could have called the police. But see, this is what assumptions can do for you. Making assumptions when you really don't have the intelligence to even discern what's real and what's not. I look at people that are vigilantes or people with very poor discernment, just like Hannah Payne, when she chased down a black man that was having a medical emergency. She goes up to the window of the vehicle and shoots the man dead. Every time they try to be a vigilante, they always come up looking stupid at the end of the day. They always do. King Will, thank you so much for the super chat. He has killed before. It seems like he'd been waiting to kill black people or a black person. He might have killed a black person before. Yeah, it's always possible. But I always know nobody is at the other end of the gun but us. It seems like a real ongoing pattern when it comes down to these folks. And like I said, when they get that gun in their hand, they talk all that protection stuff. But what they really want to do is get out here and be a vigilante against one of us and get away with it. A lot of times that's exactly what it is and why they really want that gun. And this woman, she actually looked like some of the women on my mother's side of the family. There's some really, let me see if I can pull up a better picture of her, not with all this fear on her face, which is really sad to see her in this situation. Her name is Loletha. Okay. Such a shame. Uber driver. Pull up her picture. This poor woman. I just feel so sorry for her. She got a family that's never going to see her again for no reason because some idiot decided to come out here and take her life, and there is no other reason for this woman to be gone. Now her family is never going to see her again because some asshole came out with a gun talking about she's a scammer and she was there trying to do a damn job. And on top of that, picking up a package that his ass called for somebody to come and pick up. You made the call for someone to come pick up a package. She shows up there and then you gonna gun her down. Unbelievable. These people, they don't have enough brains to have a gun. All right, let me see if I'm going to share my screen so you can see what she looks like when she's not in fear. Okay. Here she is. I feel my prayers to her family. This got to be, I think if anybody's relative lost their life this way, it would just be tragic all the way around. Unbelievable. She looks like some of my mother's cousins on my mom's side of the family. She kind of resembles some of my cousins. Yeah, my heart goes out to her family. I know this got to be so hard for y'all to lose your mom, your sister. This woman had a whole life to live 61 years, and this man just recklessly steps out of the house. And you ever notice one thing, and I know it's due to racism. I know that's what it is. No matter what you tell these people, they don't want to believe you. They choose not to believe you. And I notice that even as a child, if it's a black man or woman or even a child trying to tell them something, they choose not to believe you. They choose not to believe you. And then when they're wrong, they expect you just to suck it up and just move on. A couple of years ago, and some of y'all might remember this, a 10-year-old little girl went out to get the mail for her mother, and her white neighbor came out accusing her of stealing her mail and went all off, on this little kid. Come to find out, and every time they do these things, they're always wrong. Okay, I can see if you were right. Your asses are always wrong the majority of the time. When she realized she was wrong in the whole thing, what did she do? Try to offer the girl a cookie. Who the hell wants a cookie? I can get cookies anytime I want. I wouldn't have took one damn thing, and I'm glad the mother stood up and said, no, we don't want no damn cookie. You gonna berate this little child. You're gonna berate her and then come out when you know you're wrong and offer some cookie. And they always want some remedial way of trying to resolve the thing. No. And I'm glad her mother lawyered up and went after that neighbor. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Thank you, Dee Dee, for becoming a new channel member. And to my channel members, I'm putting together a live stream. I'm just trying to get everything together because we're going to talk about a subject matter that has worked for me throughout my life that I'm going to share with you. And just to give you a little insight, it's about hair growth. Most of my life, I have always been able to maintain my hair length. You know, my hair has pretty much been below my bra strap most of my life. And I have been able to maintain that. And I'm going to go over how I've been able to maintain it. And this will help you with growth, especially if your hair has not moved in a long time or you have a lot of breakage. I'm going to talk about all of that. And so if you're a channel member or a patron, be on the lookout for that because that's going to be exclusively for you. So back to this subject matter. So, ladies and gentlemen, he has since been arrested and he's been charged. And he's an 81-year-old man. So even giving him 20 years is like a life sentence at this point in time. All right. So I am, hold on. I just saw something. I was sorry. Can't send messages. Oh, okay. All right. Well, actually, I have a separate email account, which I'm thinking about giving my channel members a separate email from the one that I have listed. So that is something that I've been thinking about anyway, and I probably will go ahead with that as well. All right. So I want to go over what this man has been charged with. I just think he should never be out. This man is not safe to be out in the public. I believe he is a danger to the public. I don't believe that anybody would be safe around him. So he's an 81-year-old Ohio man. He's been charged with murder for shooting an Uber driver who he thought was picking up a package from the man's house, but both appeared to be victims of scam calls. All right. So let's say they were. I mean, what he did was not even rational. So Loletha Hall is her name. She shows up at the house to pick up a package, and he comes outside, accuse her of being a scammer, and he shoots her multiple times. So he shot her 3 times, y'all. The injuries, they said she was shot 3 times. I believe one of those shots was in the head and one went in her ear. I mean, this is just horrible what he did to this poor woman. So the Black woman was taken to a Dayton, Ohio hospital where she died of her injuries. Investigators discovered that Brock had earlier received a scam call about an incarcerated relative, which involved threats and demands for money. An unknown man told Brock over the phone that he needed to pay $12,000 to get his nephew out of jail, according to a police report. Brock told police the caller threatened to kill him and his nephew if he didn't pay the ransom, the report said. Well, I tell you what, those calls should be able to be traced. If he was indeed getting those calls, they should be able to trace those calls, you know, but for you to take matters into your own hands, nah, your ass just wanted to kill someone. The same caller or an accomplice later hired Hall using Uber to pick up a package from Brock's residence, according to investigators. Hall was not aware that Brock had been threatened, according to the sheriff's department. Hall, suffering from medical conditions and unarmed, made no threats or assaults towards Mr. Brock and made no demands other than to ask about the package she was sent to retrieve. So Brock allegedly held Hall at gunpoint and demanded to know the identities of the people who had called him. So he also took Hall's phone and refused to allow her to leave. Okay. Well, at that point, you are holding her against her will. So, anyway, they said during the entire altercation, Brock did not try to call the police at any point. When Hall tried to get back into her vehicle, Brock allegedly shot her. And there was a subsequent scuffle at the door of Mrs. Hall's vehicle. Brock then allegedly shot her 2 more times before calling 911. Brock is charged with murder, which carries a penalty of 15 years to life. Court records show. Police are considering other charges. Brock pled not guilty. His bail is set at $200,000, according to court records. Officials are still searching for the scam callers. The Clark County Sheriff's Office would like to take the opportunity again to remind residents, especially our older citizens, that no law enforcement agency or court will make contact with anyone in a manner of this case to solicit cash for bail, the office said, urging residents to use extreme caution when being contacted unexpectedly by subjects claiming to be relatives incarcerated at a correctional facility. So, y'all, this is tragic all the way around, no matter how you look at it. This is completely tragic. Yeah, brother Nirya, I'm with you on that. There absolutely should not be any bail. This man is way too dangerous to be back out even on bail. No, he needs to stay in there until his trial comes up, and he should never, ever be free again. Never, never. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to post the link, if y'all want to come up and voice your opinion, or you just want to just give a brief statement on this, you are free to come up and give a statement if you like. Let's see, I'll post it in the chat and you can come up and make a brief statement. Try to make it no longer than about 3 minutes so that I can get more people on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, even if he thought she was a scammer when she came to his door, he could have easily called the cops then. I don't know who you are. I'm going to call the police. No, you took matters into your own hand, and look at what happened. Trini girl, I see you, but I can't connect you. It says that your device is not connected. There you go. All right. Trini
Yeah,
girl, shalom.
yes, Lisa, I just want to say something real quick.
Okay.
I think he just wanted an excuse to kill a black person because if she was white, he would not have done what he did.
I agree. I agree.
That's all I want to say. I'm going to land my plane.
Okay. Thank you. Shalom, Trini girl.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, this woman, it hasn't gotten into her family, but I just can imagine how heartbroken they are today over this whole thing. Shalom, one mystery.
Shalom, Lisa. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I think, just like the last caller, he wanted to do what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they heavily put in there, oh, he was a victim of a scam call. They try to put all the details they could about that, but not Did he approach the door that way with the gun in his hand? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah,
Mhm.
they try to make any excuse, how unreasonable, it could be to kill someone. You know what I mean? It's
Right. And it's very common, and we already know this, for the media to always vilify the victim
absolutely.
and always trying to, the media in this country act as a defense attorney for the guilty.
Absolutely, just like they did OJ. I mean, I think a freshman or sophomore in high school, when that whole trial was going on, and
Mhm.
just the things that I learned, outside the media, because that's all we knew at that particular time was the TV. The internet was, kind of budding at that point, so we didn't get all those facts. It's just like y'all railroaded him, and the reason why you were able to, well, they thought they were going to be able to really railroad him was because he was black and he had, a notable football career, you know.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
this is a white woman and white man who were murdered, rather than look at the whole picture of what this woman was doing, and suppressing phone records for 75 years. Why in the hell do you need to do that unless you're trying to cover up something? Please.
Right. Right. And when he got the first scam call and he was threatened, why didn't you just call 911 then?
Right. Simple
Because
as that.
from what he's saying, it went on for a while. Why didn't you call and report it then?
Right. And see too that family, they should probably be suing Uber too, because they should do their due diligence to verify. I know they do have those services where someone can have a package delivered, because my husband's had stuff delivered, but I think the users whom I just don't know. I don't know. They need to figure out some kind of way to verify that there's actually a package going to be picked up.
Yeah, they do. I wholeheartedly agree with that. This was a terrible situation, but it just goes to show you how reckless some of these people are with guns. Do I think
Correct.
a lot of people have protect? Yeah, I believe a lot of people want to protect their homes, their families. Yes. But then on the other hand, I believe a lot of these people got weapons with the guise of trying to get away with harming somebody with that gun or killing someone.
Right. Yep. And if they happen to be black, that's the extra cherry on top.
Hmm.
Well, I'm gonna land my plane and let you grab some other callers. Thank you for taking my call. You have a beautiful
Shalom,
day.
sister. Shalom.
Shalom. Bye bye.
Mhm. Yeah, scam card callers rarely. You don't. That's almost unheard of for them to show up at your house for a package. That's unheard of. Most of them will just do a bunch of crap on the phone or try to give you some excuse on why you need to give them money, or trying to milk money out of you for some kind of reason. That's usually what they do. It's unheard of for them to show up at your door. JTT, thank you so much for the super sticker. Yes, this sister really did not deserve to go out the way that she did. Hmm. Well, he pled not guilty. I don't know how you plead not guilty and you're all on video pointing a gun at a woman that's not even threatening to you. I guess it's true when they have that saying, is no fool like an old fool. This is definitely an old fool. Shalom. I think that's Andro Saryan. I hope I said that right.
And Josarian. Hey, how you doing, Lisa?
Saryan. Thank you for the correction. I'm well. How are you?
Hey, doing great, doing great. Hey, I'm not gonna be long, but I'm just want to chime in on this. But just by saying that I think he got in just he found out that he was just in too deep when he pulled that gun out on her and everything. That's why he confiscated or took her, took her phone from her and everything, and then I guess just decided to shoot her or something like that, because they know that if he knew that she was gonna run to the police or something like that, and he was going to be in a whole lot of trouble. So, but the thing about it is, like, but just like all the other callers had said, he waited to the he had that gun. He was waiting for a long time to pull that gun out and use it on one of us. That's
Hmm.
all I wanted to say.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree with that. I agree. I mean, let me ask you, have somebody ever tried to scam you?
no,
Okay.
no,
Now,
no. Oh,
now let me tell you, I'll just stay here for a bit longer. When it must have been like 2008, somewhere around then, they had a business that went around knocking on your door to sell you meats, you know? And
hmm,
what these people would do is if you wouldn't buy the meat, they wouldn't leave your house until you purchase something. Well, they came over here, and let's just put it this way. It was a day that I went to the shooting range and my power tool was still on me. So when this guy was trying to push me to buy the meat,
hmm.
I didn't say nothing, but I made sure he saw it. He got the hell off of my porch. And them folks never came back. I didn't have to do anything beyond that.
Wow, wow.
But no, for one, if I need to buy meat, I'll just go to the market to get the meat. I'm not
Hmm.
buying meat out of nobody's trunk. I don't know you, and I'm not buying no meat out of somebody's car trunk. So,
Right.
but yeah, you always get those scamming types of people. But that went
Hmm.
on for a few years and it kind of dropped off after a while.
Wow. No, I never ran into anything like that. The only people that come knocking at my door is Jehovah Witnesses, and they
Oh
sticking
boy.
flyers into my door and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them get on your nerve. In fact, some of them came to my door about a week ago. I was laying around. I was like, it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. Who the hell is not? And I look out there, I'm seeing three women with Bibles standing at I was like, oh, hell no. Three
Oh, well, it
women
was
with
kind of peaceful.
Bibles standing at my door.
Wow, it was kind of peaceful. It kind of laid low or something like that. When COVID was going around and everything, and then I was like, oh wow, at least somebody's not knocking at my door. But yeah, they started right back up, and the one of their temples around near my house is they it has the nerve to be gated. They got an electric gate. Make sure that none of us don't come and hit them back up with a flyer or something like that. But they always come with us. They'll they always rampage in my neighborhood. They always invaded my neighborhood with all of that. But no, but on that subject there, I just kept thinking about it. I was like, dude, he was just waiting a long time
I
to
believe a
do
lot of
this.
them. Yeah, I believe a lot of them do.
And
I
when he
really do.
Right. And when okay, like I said, he got his wake up call, or he just realized right in the moment that, oh my goodness, that he was in the he was in the hot seat. So that's why he took the phone from her, and then trying to figure out how to get out of the situation with that. So he probably just thought that, well, maybe if I take a life and I'll just, make up my own story and everything like that. And now he's playing the sympathy role. But when they find out that it wasn't no scammer or something like that, then, it is what it is. Just like you had said in all your videos, I appreciate it. You are like my CNN. But, but yeah, Lisa, but when they find out, we're in the end times, we're like, everything is coming to light. They can't get away with the things that they used to get away with. This ain't the old days anymore and anything like that. And some of them hard heads or whatever like that, they're getting their wake up call. They're getting their wake up call, and they're going to realize that. So it is, it is what it is. And it's just sad that, our people are still losing their lives over the tomfoolery of them.
Yeah, absolutely. That is tragic. It really is. But thank you so much for coming on the panel. I
Oh, no
really
problem.
enjoyed talking to you, and
Thank
you're more than welcome to come back.
Oh, wow. I enjoy that too. Thank you so much. And just keep up the good work. I love you. Thank you so much. You, LV, True Royal, LVC, all of y'all, and KD, all y'all. I listen to y'all all the time. I'm a big fan. Yeah, just keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
All right, y'all. I don't know if anybody else wants to come up, but I'll leave the door open for another minute if anybody wants to come up. Yeah, well, I mean, look, people get scammed every day. That don't mean you have to kill someone over it. You know, I just don't see how this dude is going to get away. He shouldn't get away with it, but then again, we are in this corrupt system and we know how they got everything all rigged up in this very same system, and it's been rigged for years. Well, usually for Uber, it don't, most of those drivers are not packing, but I'm just saying she should not have faced anything like this for just doing her job. And like I said, I have seen videos on too many occasions where our people are just doing a job and these folks will walk up out of nowhere and start with them. I have seen numerous black UPS drivers, black FedEx drivers, you know, and DeMontario, if you remember him, the young dude that went to deliver a package and these white supremacists came out shooting at him. You know what I mean? It's too many occasions where our people are just trying to do a job and they come up and just start some mess. It's just too many videos on it and everything. And no, that's no exaggeration. And it just goes to show you they are looking for any opportunity to approach us and start some mess. But when something happens to one of them, we're supposed to just drop all of that and just show all this sympathy. No, no more. No more. You're not getting that anymore. You're not getting all that sympathy anymore. No more. Mm-hmm. It is. It is. It broke my heart just reading this story and then watching her reaction just seconds before she lost her life. You can tell, you could see the terror on this poor woman's face. You could see it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, this is pure tragedy. So y'all, I just wanted to go over this story because, I just see how senseless this was and everything that happened. Yeah, she was a beautiful sister, you know, and somebody on this earth loved her. She looked like she came from a pretty good family there in Ohio, and she didn't deserve this. She didn't deserve this at all. So, everybody, please enjoy the rest of your day and be on the lookout for my videos, as I put them out. And for my members and my patrons, I'm going to try to do the live stream with you probably this coming Friday. I will do that live stream with you. So it's just something to help you, you know, with some of the things that you may think that you can't achieve, but you absolutely can. Shalom, family.